It was a rainy night when the letter appeared. No stamp, no name, only her address written in careful handwriting. She almost didn't notice it. Just a folded envelope slipped under the door. But when she opened it, her world stopped. Because inside was his name. Aria hadn't heard that name in 7 years. Not since the boy who once promised forever disappeared without a word. His name. Ethan. But the letter didn't just have his name. It had a single line, written like a whisper from the past. I never left you. Find me where it all began. Aria's hands trembled. Her heart raced. She should have thrown it away, forgotten the boy who broke her. But instead, she folded the letter close to her chest, and, without knowing why, she smiled. 7 years earlier, before the rain, before the silence. They were just 2 kids who believed in forever. They met in the simplest way, in the school library. She was the quiet one, lost in stories. He was the boy who never stayed still, always looking for trouble. And yet somehow he found her. That book is bigger than your head, Ethan joked, leaning closer. Aria didn't look up. And your jokes are smaller than your brain, she replied. That was the first time she made him laugh. From that moment, they were inseparable. 2 opposite worlds colliding, creating something beautiful. Love didn't come all at once. It came in stolen glances, shared laughter, late-night talks. And soon, even silence between them felt like music. Aria never thought happiness could be so simple. Walking home with him after school, watching the streetlights flicker to life one by one, about nothing. The world felt small, safe, like it was built just for them. Ethan wasn't the kind of boy people expected her to fall for. He was loud, reckless, always in trouble. She was quiet, careful, always hidden behind books. But when their worlds collided, it just fit. One evening, he asked her, "If I disappeared tomorrow, would you miss me?" Aria rolled her eyes. "You already disappear every time there's homework." But her smile gave her away, and his heart never forgot it. Their love grew like a secret garden, blooming in moments only they understood. But no story of love is without its shadows, and theirs began quietly, almost too small to notice. Ethan's family was restless. His father moved from job to job, city to city, and every time Aria asked what would happen if they left again, he smiled, but never answered. Aria felt it, the fear of losing him, the thought that one day the boy who was her whole world could simply vanish. It happened on a night they should have remembered as perfect. A festival, lights everywhere, music, laughter. But in the middle of it all, she asked him, "Are you leaving me?" He snapped. "Why do you always think the worst? Can't you just be happy with now?" His words cut deeper than he knew, because Aria wasn't afraid of now. She was afraid of forever. They walked home in silence that night, their hands not touching, and for the first time, the distance between them felt real. Sometimes, the things we fear most don't arrive with warning. They come quietly, suddenly, like a door closing in the middle of the night. One morning, Ethan was gone. His desk at school empty, his phone disconnected, his home abandoned. No goodbye, no explanation, just silence. Aria searched for him everywhere. His friends didn't know. His teachers wouldn't say. And his parents had vanished overnight. It was as if Ethan had been erased from the world. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months, And then, one evening, she found it, an envelope, slipped under her door. No name, no return address, just her and a single line inside. It read, "Don't look for me." It wasn't his handwriting. She knew every curve of his messy scrawl. This was different. Sharp, precise, cold. From that night on, Aria couldn't sleep. Couldn't eat. Every corner of the city felt haunted. Every shadow whispered his name. She swore someone was watching her. She could feel it. She began receiving more letters. Always the same handwriting. Always short. Always cruel. And then, after almost a year, she saw him. She dropped the umbrella, ran across the street, calling his name. But the boy didn't move, didn't speak. His eyes were empty. Like she'd never known him at all. He stepped back into the shadows and disappeared. The next morning, another envelope waited under her door. Inside was a photo of her from the night before, running after him, crying. Someone had been there, watching, always watching. She couldn't breathe, couldn't think. The photo, it meant someone was following her. Not just Ethan, but someone else. Someone who didn't want them together. So she did the only thing left. She traced the postmarks. Every envelope had the same faded stamp. Same corner of the city. Same hidden trail. At the end of that trail, she found a door. A door marked with his name. She pushed it open. And there he was, Ethan. But not the boy she remembered. His face was pale. His smile gone, his eyes hollow. He whispered one word, "Leave." Aria rushed forward, grabbing his hands. They were ice cold. He didn't flinch, didn't hug her back. It was like holding a stranger. Then she saw it. On the table beside him, more envelopes. Stacks of them, all in the same sharp handwriting. All waiting to be sent. It wasn't him. He hadn't written a single one. Someone else had been pulling the strings. Someone else had been watching them from the very beginning. And then she heard it. Footsteps behind her. Slow, careful, too close. She turned. The figure stepped into the light. Not a stranger, a teacher. The one who'd always smiled too kindly, always lingered too long. He confessed. He'd been there since the beginning, watching them, controlling them, sending the letters, separating them. Because in his twisted mind, they didn't deserve to be together. Aria screamed. Ethan, weak as he was, stood. For the first time in a year, his eyes burned with fire. He grabbed her hand, and together they ran. They never looked back. The city swallowed them. The past haunted them. But for the first time, they weren't running alone. And sometimes, love doesn't give you answers, only choices. To hold on, or to let go. And in that moment, they chose each other.